Welcome to some hallowed ground here this evening where the whispers of victors echoes around this wonderful track here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and hopefully by the end of the night we can add another victor's name to that top of the list here in the Vigilante Racing Series. Welcome everybody to another great night of action-packed racing in store for us here. We got 75 laps at this wonderful and probably toughest 2.5 mile track here that these guys are going to be running, and we're going to be in for some great racing as I'm joined in the booth as always with Mr. Alan English. Alan, how you doing tonight, man?
Hey, great, man. I love this track. It's, as you mentioned in your monologue, it's full of history. It's very narrow. It's kind of hard to pass. The turns are real flat. A lot of driver skill is needed at this track. It's not just a one that you can just hold the pedal down all the way around. You really got to drive this thing, and it's going to test a lot of these drivers tonight, I think.
And down there on pit road, we got Mr. Adam Turner. Adam, I know you're safe and sound back from Austria into the United States, and man, I think you're going to enjoy this one here tonight.
Yeah, I am for sure. And like you all said, there's only 9.5 degrees banking on these turns, so people are going to slide a little bit. And it's 78 degrees outside, but the track temperature is 107 right now, so it may be a little bit slippery out there until we get later in the race. You know, these Vigilante guys, they have 70% fuel, and we're running 75 laps. This is going to be a big one. So I'm looking forward to it and seeing how the standings shake out after this as well.
As we take a look at this kind of interesting shaped oval track where it's not like turns 1 and 2 are combined. You actually have 4 distinctive different turns here today. Wonderful, nice sunny weather. You're going to have to watch that temperature, though, as if it heats up too much, these drivers are going to really, really struggle. And that's going to bring us to our key to the race. And today, that's going to be utilize your space, especially on these restarts and whatnot. You need to make up ground and use up as much space as you can, because once those tires go out, this becomes a very tough track to pass at.
Yep, hard to pass. There will be some drafting effect in these trucks, as we've seen, because just the way the aero is on these trucks. We say it every week, it punches a big hole in the air, and these guys are going to feel it, especially when they're going down that long front stretch and back stretch.
Yeah, but mistakes will be made. I'm pretty sure of it. I always have trouble with turn 1 here, and I'm sure a lot of guys do as well. Then coming out of 2 is kind of tricky. So yeah, there's no easy place on this track, and it's narrow. And people could get impatient, if they think they're faster, and it's just really hard to pass. So I think we're going to see a lot of cool stuff tonight. As we've seen all season with Vigilante Racing League.
Yeah, we are now coming on to our 4th race here. So we've got 3 races down. So let's take a quick look at the standings. We're just going to show the top 18 because, we just got so many drivers right now, and we can hardly fit them all on one page. We got up there at the top 3 different race winners, and with how the drop weeks are being calculated and whatnot, this is what your current standings looks like. A 3-way tie up for the lead. Trevor Robertson, Timothy Pope, and Josh Bittner all with wins. But keep your eye on Jeremiah Burke and Alex Forget-Berube, as these guys have run very well as well.
Yeah, Ricky Wittenberg set some pretty good times during the practice session too, so they still got a little bit of practice left, and we'll see how they do in the qualifier here in just a couple minutes.
Yeah, and this is for money, man. Doesn't the fastest lap you get paid as well in this series? I believe so.
Yeah, you get $5 for fastest lap. First place is $25. Second place is $15. Third place is $10. So wow, you can effectively pay your entry fee off in just one race.
And that's what those guys are trying to do on those dirt tracks on every Saturday night all over the U.S. So
oh yeah,
it makes it more fun. I think the guys like it. Something they threw in here today. What's going on with this? The 13X. Can you explain that to me? I'm kind of confused.
Yeah. So to try to minimize. They want these guys to race and race hard, but they want them to also race clean. So they've instituted a 13 incident limit to kind of limit any shenanigans that we might see on the track. And once when you hit that 13 mark, well, that's it. Your race is done. So you definitely have to plan your moves ahead of time before you make something that ends up costing you possibly a race.
Yeah. Wow. So you get 13 incident points, and iRacing will just send you back home. That's how it's going to work. These guys better take care of their cars. I mean, that's all I have to say about that.
Thanks to Justin Hutchinson on YouTube saying, let's go. He said turn 1 entry is very pivotal. Yeah, it's a hard braking zone. And, Adam mentioned he has trouble getting into 1. I have trouble getting off of 2 really bad. Kind of all depends on what the weather's like, too. And he's pulling for Trevor Robertson tonight. You got Alex Forge Barube for the pole. So we'll see if he's on to something there. And Peyton McGowan saying, let's go Bittner. Josh Bittner got a fan.
As what we're going to do here is going to take a ride around here with Trevor Robertson, as he is the driver spotlight of the week from the Vigilante Report, the wonderful podcast that Josh Bittner and
Ricky Whittenberg put on.
Yeah. And definitely go check them out for some little bit of insider information that you may not always get from some of these leagues. They'll definitely let you know what's going on. As like I said, take a ride here with Trevor in that wonderful 6 Gorilla Glue truck, coming out of that final turn right there and coming out to this front straightaway, and you can kind of see it. It's not the smoothest of tracks either.
Bumpy, man.
So these guys are going to have to deal with a little bumping, and the truck maybe not liking exactly where you put it. As that lap's not going to count because Mr. Robertson tagged that outside wall, and it's just as easy as that to put yourself in some trouble here.
Well, I mean, it's bumpy because it was made in 1873. When Indy cars started. That's a joke. You guys didn't understand.
You're probably not far off. I mean, I think it was built in the teens, I think.
Probably had horse-drawn carriage races. But yeah, you just mentioned the Vigilante Report. Thanks to those guys. They had us on, had a great conversation with them, and really cool to be a part of this league. And y'all need to check it out. This league is really awesome. Huge turnouts in these fields.
Now, you can find the Vigilante Report on SoundCloud.com. They also have an app, and if you need to search for Ricky Whitberg's name, I think you can find it that way too on SoundCloud.
That is correct. As these drivers go around and make their laps, we also saw there Mr. Herdzik, John Herdzik in that 14 truck. He had a little bit of issues there, and he ended up putting it in the wall and kind of destroying his car. So, as much as this is qualifying, and it kind of doesn't matter too much whether you hit stuff or whatnot, but that could be something that's telling for what's yet to come here, as 75 laps is a long way to go.
And if you think about it, your first whole lap you make doesn't count. So I mean, that's a minute, and then you've got 2 laps to run, and each of those are going to be just shy of a minute. So I mean, in a 5-minute qualifying session, you better be out on the track as soon as you can, just in case something happens and you lose it and smack the wall.
Yeah, but you don't have time to warm up those tires either. Now I'm a little concerned about the beginning of this race. Hopefully they're not too racy because of the 13 incident points, because those tires are cold for at least a lap and a half, and it could cause issues. I'm not saying it will with these guys, but we have seen that before at this track.
As the 999 of Jeff Snyder having an issue there, trying to put his laps in. Man, just these small, simple little mistakes. You tag that outside wall, and if you do that at the wrong spot, especially coming towards this front straightaway, man, that destroys your truck, because you're bouncing around, pinballing all over the place, and man, that's just it.
Yeah, they have 2 fast repairs to use, and we talked about it a little bit before we went live here. If with the 13 incident points, if you're in more than a couple of incidents with other drivers, that incident point count is going to shoot up, and you might not get a chance to use all your fast repairs.
Well, as all these drivers start to take the grid this wonderful, I believe it's going to end up being a 29 car field as Alex Gray, unfortunately, getting called into work at the last second. Man, sorry to hear that, brother, but we look forward to seeing you next week. And we'll kind of run down where everybody's going to be starting here today. We got Timothy Pope winning pole position, taking that away from Alex Forget-Berube. He's going to be starting there in second on that outside. We got Josh Bittner in that 84 starting here in third. Zachary Self in the 77 in fourth. Ricky Wittenberg will be starting in fifth in that 55 truck. Got Jonathan Osborne up there in sixth. Trevor Robertson going to be starting 7th with Jeremiah Burke here 8th. Eric Klafka will be starting 9th with the 07 of Jack Dixon rounding out that top 10.
The 82 truck of Michael Everidge in 11th to start. The 3 of Austin Paul, if you get a chance, check out that guy's paint. We'll talk about it here more later, but it's a pretty awesome tribute paint that he has on that truck. The 3 truck will be starting 12th. The 63 of Joshua Oxendine will start 13th. The 12 of Albert Anderson in 14th. The 5 of Tyler Green will start 15th. The 29 truck of Dave Hot Rod Mabry will be starting in 16th. The 33 of Just Vaught in 17th. The 15 of Jeffrey Green in 18th. Kelly Kill will be in the 01 truck starting 19th. And rounding out your top 20, the 91 of Rob Green.
Wow, I get to talk on this one. We have so many cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, so number 4, Deion Jones, 21st. 14th, John Hertzik in 22nd place. The 027 of Angelica Timmerman, 23rd. 020 of Simon Cobra Sregis, 24th. Bradley Wright, 25th. 46 Georgia Bulldogs car, Tim Rivers, 26th. And this is where it gets confusing for me. It has Jablonski, Snyder, Zach Wheeler,
Yep.
and Alexander Gray. Oh, we're missing him, aren't we?
Yep, he's gone.
Yeah, sorry
Gone to
about
work.
that. But that'll round it out there, and looking forward to this one.
That we are, as the pace car leads us around here. I got a feeling this one is probably just going to be a 1 lap to green. They were looking at extending it to 2 laps to green at these some of these tracks to make sure everyone gets all caught up and stacked up. So we have a nice big grouping for some great racing right at the get-go. But this track's long enough that I'm not really going to have to worry about that as the pace car leads them through turn number 3. And man, oh man, this race is gonna be good. I know all these fans are ready. I know we got quite a few people there watching us already. We thank you all for tuning in. You know, man, it's time to get this party started as the pace car is going to be coming down pit road with Timothy Pope and Alex Forget-Berube going to start us off here to take this green flag coming down to the line. And away we go. Green flag waving and off and running we go. Timothy Pope getting a pretty good restart up there at the front. He's still side by side with Forget-Berube, though. They're not letting that battle go too easily, as we're actually side by side for quite a few rows by the looks of it. Not single filing out quite as quickly as I was going to expect, as we got a little bit of a squirreliness going on behind him. You had Jonathan Osborne jump up quite a few spots to be there in third, so great restart from him, as he's now got Josh Bittner looking to make a pass up that inside, and Alex Forget-Berube was able to take that lead away from Timothy Pope. And you know, we've seen it in some of these other tracks. Alex was excellent at saving the tires on a long run, so we'll just have to see how that strategy might play out here today. And you know, that's one lap down, guys.
Yeah, just a little explanation on the restart there. Before they took the green flag, Zachary Self was given an EOL penalty. That was a carryover penalty from another race. So the race admins get together, they watch and see for penalties from a race, and they just assess it however they see fit in the next race that driver competes in. So that's why you're seeing that.
Yeah, and thankfully this track is big enough. He was able to, because I also believe he had a drive-through penalty that he had to serve, so he was able to serve that under the green flag.
Well, I mean, is he on like double secret probation or what? Wow.
Well,
I'm just saying. Hey, but it's good to keep these guys in line. They have a good system here, and I think it shows really clean racing.
Yeah, it's a good, fair system, you know? I think they do it right here.
So we watch here Jeff Green and Kelly Keel going at it back here for 16th and 17th. Looks like Kelly's going to have that inside, which kind of where you want to be. Less, you got a bigger margin for error down there. You don't have to worry about drifting out to that outside wall as much. But once when these tires go away, man, that's just going to come into effect even more and more. And you know, starting to see these guys kind of single file out, maybe just get some pacing under themselves. But I mean, even single filed out, it's not like they're far apart. They're still pretty close to each other. As Timothy Pope that last lap running the fastest lap of the race.
Man, he was moving too there. That's faster than some practice times we saw.
And I'm looking at some cool paints here. 22nd, Angelica Timmerman. Back to blue, and right behind her, Bradley Wright with the Air Force paint. I know you're kind of like that guy, Mr. English.
I have not seen it yet. I need to go check that out.
Yeah, good looking paint scheme from both of them, and they're just running along here, but right in front of them had a little incident. Rob Green hit the wall there.
And that's
no harm, no foul.
That's gonna slow them up just a bit, as these guys are now gonna be able to have that chance to come around and get past them. And looks like Angelica will. So Angelica moving up to 21st.
Up two spots overall.
Yeah, you just got to take advantage. People are going to make mistakes. Hitting the wall is pretty common here.
753 and Jeremiah Burke is up 5 spots so far. And look at Brian Jablonski in the 17, up 8 spots. So he's having a pretty good run early too.
Yeah, so they're 5 laps in. There's 4 corners, 4 turns. Every time I'd turn, I'd hit the wall, and you said it's 1 incident point. I'd already be out of the race.
You're DQ'd.
These guys are doing it good, though.
So we can see the 3 of Austin Paul working on that inside. He's got the 82 of Mike Everidge and the 88 of Eric Klafka all around him here. So this is kind of a battle here for the top 10 spots.
Yeah, once these guys get strung out single file like this, you know, they're going to start kind of feeling out what line they can run, how low they can go. I think you pretty much need to get down on that inside curb so you can use all the track up when you come out of the turn.
That's the
number 3.
The 3 looked like he had a little bit of an issue there. Had to really back out of that corner, so he dropped 5 or 6 spots there. I mean, in the matter of 2 seconds. So little mistakes, man. It's going to cost you.
Yeah, and I'm watching Tyler Green, 14th place. He is just putting it, you know, right, you know, on the tailgate of the number 12 car, Albert Anderson, for the whole lap. And they're racing back here, but there's not much movement.
I think a lot of you may see a lot of tire strategy and fuel saving strategy. Don't expect to see a whole ton of cautions here. Maybe until these guys start getting them tires so wore out that maybe a guy smacks off the wall and kind of spins down into traffic. But hopefully we don't see any of that.
Yeah, I think Green and Anderson are working together. I'd have to look into see whose team is on whose, but you definitely need friends here.
So you got Brian Jablonski and Dave Mayberry trying to sort things out for 18th back here. And, you know, we've kind of said it before. Everything's been running fairly smooth here today. Not a whole lot of aggressive moves. I think what we're going to start seeing is when green flag pit stops, if we get to that point, I think that's where we're going to start to see maybe some more mistakes as people are trying to come in and out of the pits here, being such a flat track, trying to get back up to speed.
And I love it. Albert Anderson's pop, big Albert Anderson Sr., him and Russell Endicott, all pulling for Albert on Facebook. We appreciate you guys tuning in again. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun race to watch, and Albert already moving up, sitting in the 12th spot.
What about the Oxen Army for Josh Oxendine? Got any of those guys watching here today?
I got a couple of guys giving him a shout out.
He's currently sitting up there in 11th, up 2 spots right now. He's having a pretty solid run here early.
Hutchinson pulling for him on YouTube, and Ashley Osborne pulling for the 81. Got a few other cats on here already.
These guys all have a bunch of fans, man. That's pretty sweet. I know the only fans we have, they're the ones pointed at our face. I already know.
Yeah.
But it's good to have y'all, and I think obviously we're going to see a good race here.
Justin Hutchinson also posted on there saying, on YouTube, saying, shout out to the pink trucks. October is breast cancer awareness. Love the pink this time of year.
Yeah, that's a good point. Eric Klafka is one of those drivers. He's sitting P10 in a pink truck by D&D Race Graphics. D&D Race Graphics has a bunch of trucks out here with really cool paint schemes.
Yeah, I also got Timothy Pope and Jeremiah Burke up here at the front. Got a couple pink trucks up here. Yeah, like you guys said, this is racing gives you the opportunity to kind of personalize, especially with iRacing, to personalize your truck and, put, the causes that you care about on there. As Alex Forget-Berube having a little bit of a mistake going into turn number 1, so that's going to leave room for Timothy Pope to try to sneak up that inside as we go down this back straightaway. They're going to be side by side, and it looks like Jeremiah Burke's going to try to maybe push Pope all the way past him, if not at least follow him through turns number 3 and 4 here.
Oh, it's getting good here, and Josh Bittner just passed Jonathan Osborne there for, I think, 4th position, so good racing up front for sure, man.
So Timothy Pope able to get that move completed, and now it's Jeremiah Burke's turn to look to the inside of Alex Forget-Berube to kind of shuffle him back there into 3rd, and I think Alex might have backed out of that one because he was able to get that passed on fairly quickly even before they exited the turn, as we were almost 3 wide behind them with...
Jonathan Osborne just kind of lost it there and hit the wall. Sorry, Brown.
Excuse me, as Ricky Wittenberg still sitting there in 5th, right where he started, which, hey, man, generally speaking, if you are kind of right around where you started. We
got one going around right now, the 07. He is on the grass inside of the access road. 07 to Jack Dixon hit the outside wall and went spinning on down. We're Steve Green, though, aren't we?
Yeah, he's already on the access road. He's good to go, but his truck is not.
Time to use a fast repair there, bud.
And it looks like Angelica Timmerman towed to the pits. I don't know what happened there. Let's take
She might have been a part of that.
Reverse to see. As she was coming through, I believe this is turn number 1, just drifting out a little bit of wide and down into that inside wall. Oh man, she did a great job from keeping it coming back up onto that track, but I think she might have had just a little bit of too much damage to drive that thing around. I think the steering and the engine kind of blew up there, so she ended up taking a tow to the pits.
Yeah, she smacked the wall at a pretty hard 45-degree angle there.
Yeah. Well, she'll get back out there. Another D&D Race Graphics truck. Cool paint. Oh, Jack Dixon had a little issue getting into his pit stall. He's in there now, I think.
Not quite.
Almost.
He's working on it. There we go. There. Now he's got it. It's hard to square these things up. It's kind of like when you back up, a 53-foot trailer into one of these docks. If you're not just right, it's like, oh man, you gotta do the shuffle.
Yeah, and he might have had some suspension issues and God knows what else. So he got it in there.
Jacobs on Facebook also pulling for Albert Anderson. Man, they're coming out of the woodwork for the 12th car tonight.
Ooh, as we're almost going 3 wide back here for 11th. You got Albert Anderson, Jess Vaught, Kelly Keel, and Austin Paul all kind of racing a little bit of group here.
Yeah, the 3 had it looked like he might have had an issue on the outside line, and looks like he got out of it and kind of let him go around. Not sure what is going on with the 3.
I don't know, but there's a lot of ground to cover here. We have so many cars out on the track, so it's not easy to watch all this stuff to keep pace with it.
Yeah, Ashley Osborne saying, yikes, look at the racing already. But she said, heck yes, that's what she wants to see.
As Jess Vaught able to get around Albert Anderson, and looks like Tyler Green back here. Man, he's been a little all over the place a little bit, but able to get her under, get her steady.
Yeah, and Zachary Soap's having, the opposite of a day. He's down 21 spots. I'm not sure what's happening with him.
Well, that was the penalty.
Oh, it shouldn't be that far down.
Pamela Seraphin also saying on M.TV, saying, go Albert, go. I love you, babe. So he's got everybody pulling for him today.
He must have an entire county full of people
telling you, whole
pulling for him.
county. All on here.
Man, oh man, look at that gap that Timothy Pope has created between him and himself and Alex Berube. It's now above 1 second. So Timothy Pope, once when he got around and was able to get into some of that clean air, man, he's been driving away. But Alex still sitting there in second, able to kind of win that battle against Jeremiah Burke that they had. So kind of look for these guys as we come towards the end to maybe group back up and make things a little interesting as our driver spotlight here this week. Mr. Trevor Robertson looks like he was having some issues with the internet here once again during practice, but it looks like it's all stabilized and whatnot, and he's sitting up here currently running in fifth, so not too bad.
What's that trick with the foil?
Yeah, that's the third 9 in a row. You got to put foil on it now, and then you hang it in the window. Yeah, you put it in the window, and then you put foil on it, and then you're good to go. Looks like that's what he did the trick, and he's back out there. No blinking.
As he's got the 55 of Ricky Wittenberg sitting right there behind him, looking to try to take that 5 spot back away, as Jess Vaught driving around that 81 of Jonathan Osborne.
Guys coming with him.
Yeah, Kelly Keel getting that pass done as well. I mean, we are on lap 17, so these tires are starting to get really, really worn out. I'm expecting to see guys come down around lap 25 to 30-ish.
Yeah, I was going to ask y'all, is the fuel window even matter, or are they just more worried about the tires here?
They did take it down to 70%, so I'm watching Alex in the 19. He might be one of those guys that's playing the long game here. He's letting Pope drive away from him, but I think he might be one of those guys that has the tire saving strategy, trying to make it a whole fuel run with the one set of tires. Consistent laps, is kind of what some of these guys that are good at saving tires, that's kind of what they shoot for.
As it looks like Mike Everidge in that 82 able to try to stay in front of Eric Klafka, as Klafka makes a move to that inside, trying to keep a run going down on that inside along this back straightaway. I mean, this is usually where you're going to see most of the passes get completed is on these straightaways, as Klafka realizing he's just not going to quite make it, backs out of it before turn number 3, which was probably a good call, so you can kind of just run a normal line and not slow both of each other up, as Josh Bittner coming down pit road.
Yeah, Jonathan Osborne's about to. He just mentioned that on the radio. So was Albert Anderson. So here we are, pitting lap 18.
Klafka was one of the guys that that the boys on the Vigilante report mentioned. He was one of the names they threw out there that, man, that guy runs a lot of laps here. Keep an eye on that 88. He may surprise you tonight.
So I'm guessing tires became a little bit too much for these guys at lap 18, 19.
As it looks like Josh Oxendine trying to get around Klafka right now as well, or no, excuse me, that's a lap car. My apologies.
Well, and keep in mind too, these guys are running a lot of wide open time on these straightaways and stuff under green flag conditions. So they've been burning quite a bit of fuel, I imagine.
All right, now we got a whole slew of people coming down. Got Trevor Robertson, Mike Everidge, Eric Klafka, Jess Vaught, Josh Oxendine, Kelly Keel, Austin Paul, Hot Rod, Dave Mayberry, and Jeff Green all coming down. We still got Timothy Pope, Alex Forget Barubi, Jeremiah Burke. You know, basically our top 5 or 6 are all still out there currently.
Russell on Facebook said 4 fresh skins, a splash of gas, put around a wedge in the right rear, and go number 12. Little wedge adjustment maybe is in order.
That guy, he needs to be hired for the crew chief, sounds like.
Yeah.
And here comes Pope, Barubi, and Burke all coming down pit road now. Same thing with Wittenberg, but it looks like that might have been a lap car going around. So we'll
Keel in the 3. Side by side right there. 3 on Austin Paul side by side on. They came out of the pits at the same time, and they couldn't decide who should be in front of the other. They kind of went side by side down the access road a little bit.
Ooh, that's that gets pretty tight down there.
It's pretty tight. They figured it out though.
Yeah, Ricky Wittenberg's down here, and it's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown machine. Hadn't seen that one before.
Yeah, Justin Hutchinson saying, "Hey man, the foil trick works." He also said 2 tires works also, but you got to do it late in the race.
Oh, a little insider information there.
Yeah.
Oh, man. As Timothy Pope now coming out of the pits back here in the lead as this thing's kind of cycling through. Alex Forget Barubi not having a good stop at all there. I didn't see anything. He might have snagged a wall instead of using a fast repair, just kind of get that little extra bit done. So that's going to let Josh Bittner sneak on up into second with his lap ahead strategy by the looks of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of racing left to do, but I mean, if this thing stays green, you're going to have a lot of cars that are going to be 1 and 2 laps down just because of the, where they're pitting at.
Well, and he's mentioned that 2 tire strategy. It looks like Ricky Wittenberg, just by looking at the time, might have just taken 2 there. So
good eye.
Really to take 2.
Oh no! As Alex Forget Barubi gets together with somebody, they're able to somehow keep it going. Holy smokes! We're gonna have to rewind that.
The 020 and the 5 also took 2 tires maybe if they had a 10-second stop.
I apologize. I'm not able.
Traffic.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I'm sorry, I wasn't able to get the number on that, and I don't recognize these paint schemes quite yet. But yeah, somehow Alex Forget Barubi is able to hang on to that. Holy smokes!
Yeah, the 27 of Bradley Wright hit that wall on turn 1, came down, just nicked him a little bit.
Yeah, 19's going to come away from that with a little bit of right side damage there. And I say a little bit, it might be a little more than we can see. We can't really tell about suspension damage. Brett Vincent saying, "Well, man, what a save!" Yeah, Justin said, "Yeah, that was a hard hit."
Yeah, it was a good save, but the wall helped him save it.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
the wall broke his fall type deal. The floor
Right.
breaks your fall when you fall.
Yeah, and, man, that's gonna hurt him though.
Yeah.
So let's take a ride here inside the car of Mr. Berube as he goes around. Doesn't look like it's impeding too much. I don't know what how his top speed's looking,
Steering wheel pretty straight. So.
but his steering wheel looks pretty straight. So not too much of a issue going on for him. But he does have Jeremiah Burke sitting right there on his back bumper in that draft, coming right on through on this straightaway. So yeah, I guess he might be down a little bit of speed just due to the aero damage here.
That's what it looks like right in front of the hood there. That makes a lot of difference. Here he comes around. Sorry, I'm watching the wrong screen here.
Yeah, we all have we could launch a space shuttle with this setup we all have. I know.
Yeah.
Brown especially, so it gets confusing.
1980s technology, that's about what I'm working with, yep.
Back here for 11th, you got Kelly Keel trying to get around the 3 of Austin Paul. These guys pitted right around that same lap, so all same tires going around here, and Kelly able to get that moved on. Having a better week here than he did last week at the Red Bull Ring, and you know what? Sometimes you just have one of those races where, yeah, we're just going to forget about it.
Look who's steadily moving up. I see he just broke into the top 10. He must feel them supporters on Facebook encouraging him along as the 12 of Albert Anderson, the third, is now in the top 10.
You say field?
Do what?
Nothing.
Okay.
I speak Louisiana. I understand. Man, yeah, that's a good battle there, Austin Paul. Those guys are going after each other, and Kelly Kill. And Albert Anderson as well.
Yeah, they're right there behind him. Albert kind of leading that little parade there. They're doing a pretty good job giving each other some room.
And right now, this is our kind of closest race and action we got going on, as we got just about a 1 to 2 second gaps between all these guys driving around, starting to really space this thing out as we're just past a third of the way completed here. And man, these guys are taking this thing away as Kelly Keel looking to make a pass up that inside. Looks like Albert might have made a little bit of a mistake not getting down into that corner like he wanted to. So Kelly easily taking that position away to come out of turn number 2.
Brown, if you would be so kind as to show us that 3 truck, I'd like to talk a little bit about the paint that they did up for it. It's obviously it's a Indianapolis Motor Speedway tribute paint, but it's also got the pictures and tribute to legendary motorsports broadcaster and Indianapolis icon Bob Jenkins died back here a few days ago from cancer, long battle with cancer. He was 73 years old. And also, he was a Robin Miller Award winner. Robin Miller also passing away back on August 25th. He wrote for a lot of magazines, did broadcast for NBCSN, wrote for Auto Week, ESPN, Indianapolis Star. So, great tribute paint for that 3 car. We appreciate you, Mr. Paul, putting that together. I bet that was one of them that maybe Ricky painted. I'm not really sure, but
I believe it was.
It's a beautiful paint.
As all 3 of these guys making their way around trying to pass Josh Oxendine. You can see on his outside he's missing quite a bit of paint there, so he's found that wall a few times, and I mean he even has a little bit of damage to show it as well. So this outside wall is starting to see a little bit of action going on as Jeremiah Burke looks like he's caught right on up to Josh Bittner. This is going to be for second, and these guys are really, really close.
Yeah, not a whole lot of paint going to be left on a lot of the right sides of these trucks. As Chan the man did tell us. He said Ricky did paint the 3 truck. We appreciate the info. And
Yeah, it's got go ahead.
Justin Hutchinson saying, rest in peace, Bob Jenkins, Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's got the D&D graphics on that car, but look, they not only is the paint good, the racing's good. He was right in the middle of a battle there. I was kind of enthralled by when you were talking about it. These guys are fighting there in 10, 11, 12, 13.
That's we got a fight going on up here for second. Side by side they go down into turn number 3. You got Josh Bittner and Jeremiah Burke trying to settle things out here on the track, and it looks like Jeremiah Burke will get that pass done, sliding his way back up into second place. Hopefully he used the restroom a little earlier this week and won't have to take an extra long pit stop. And who knows? We'll see. We'll see how this race moves on along.
They have his modified bedpan racing seat combination type deal. Hey, that's something I need to patent. Never mind. Forget I said anything.
No, don't worry about that. It's been patented by a crazy astronaut that went from Houston to Florida in a diaper. You just put the diaper on, man. If you're worried about it, it's a long race. You know, they make them for adults. Might as well.
Russell on Facebook telling the 12, keep turning smooth and running clean laps.
As the 6 of Trevor Robertson making his way around Alex Forget-Berube. I think that damage on Alex is really hindering him, but he also knows he's just going to lose too much time if he comes down into the pits too early, so he's going to try to make this last a stint until he comes down and gets that stuff all fixed up. But Trevor Robertson up 3 spots back there down in 4th. You got Kelly Keel having a great run here. He's now back up into 9th, up 10 spots, and it looks like he's going to be a hard charger so far.
Back there in the 63, having kind of a rough night. He's let's see, where's he sitting at? My scoring chart's jumping around. Looks like 13th place.
So Kelly Keel's the hard charger so far in the race. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, so far.
And he's working harder than the real Mrs. Poindexter. He did that last week when he was crashing all over the place. Good job this week. Really rolling it.
Him and Jablonski, Brian Jablonski at 17. He's up a bunch of spots too. Guys are doing a good job.
As the 3 of Austin Paul has caught up to that back bumper of Albert Anderson, he's going to try to figure his way around here. As I think we're going to start seeing pit stops right around lap 36, 37, with most of the field done by lap 38. So which is going to be coming up quick here. So looks like this is going to be a pretty solid 3, maybe even 4 stopper here today, boys.
Yeah, for sure. Justin Hutchinson saying, man, this is tough. I hate to wish it all these guys, but they really need a yellow. And then Brett Vinson, he's got his own idea of how to stay in the seat longer, and it involves a catch device maybe creatively made from a prophylactic. So...
Wow.
I see the blueprints for that one.
Yeah, I'm going to have to. You might want to patent that thing. It seems like it could be a splash issue. I don't know. I watched Jack Dixon in the 07 car go 3 wide back here a minute ago. He made it through. I don't know what his deal is. He's on a rampage right now.
It looks like he was just trying to catch through some slower traffic as Simon Stregis, the Cobra, trying to work his way back up. Currently sitting back here in 23rd, not having the best of nights, as Angelica Timmerman coming down pit road right now, thinking it's time to make another stop. And also got John Herdzik, had some issues under qualifying and still having some issues here today, currently sitting 23rd. But still out there running, which is always good to see.
Yeah, that's some really great stuff happening out there on the track. I mean, it's spread out a bunch, but my mind's starting to drift off to thinking I'm going to see some of these new products out there on the infomercials on late night TV anytime soon.
I just got my breath back.
I'm concerned. I'm really concerned we're starting some kind of trend here. But other than that, there is really good racing on the track.
There is us the 55 of Ricky Wittenberg trying to get around that 19 of Alex Forget-Berube. And unfortunately, that Montreal Canadiens car moving backwards and backwards. Oh, as they almost get together coming out of turn number 3. They're able to keep it off of each other somehow.
That was a close one there. Thanks to all you guys for posting on YouTube. I'm not going to read any for a few minutes because they're actually pretty funny.
Yes, you should. But that's your favorite team, the Canadiens. Alex Forget-Berube's car, I know that.
Be careful! Don't get Brown mad, man.
Oh no,
We got another race to do Friday.
I just had so much fun with you guys. It's just having a good race. I think it's fun. Good racing makes, it makes us have a good mood, I think.
Russell trying to give us some calculations saying you need a caution around lap 50. Pit for 2 right sides, tires, fuel. We'll see what these guys do here. That's about 15 laps away.
As Jess Vaught and Zachary Self side by side, almost for a full lap here, especially on these older tires. That's kind of amazing, actually, that they're still able to run 2 wide for this long as they enter turn number 3 and go down into number 4. And just trying to find a run to get around them, but that outside, I don't think you're going to be able to quite get that one done.
Yeah, Jess in that 33 truck, he needs him a good race if he wants to jump up in the point standings. And he's up 2 spots. Looks like he's kind of content to run middle of the field right now, but maybe he'll find some speed late. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm watching Albert Anderson and Austin Paul, and Austin Paul doesn't look like he wants to give Albert Anderson 1 inch. So they're having a good battle for 10th right there.
As Timothy Pope opening up that lead now up to 5 seconds and climbing. So, man, Pope having a great run here today. Man, it's going to have to check that truck for some extra nitrous or something. He's just absolutely running away with this.
Yeah, he's kept it clean. I think Alex Forget-Berube, he's got a little bit of damage, probably slowing him down, but he's still in 6th place. I think once he gets that thing fixed, luckily it hadn't hurt him enough to where he can just do a regular pit stop. So once he picks that thing back up, I'd watch for him to start ripping some laps off.
Oh, as Jonathan Osborne having a little bit of an issue there, able to get it back under control, but man, oh man, he lost control of it for a good second there as Josh Bittner coming down pit road.
And if y'all don't know Jonathan Osborne's story, go check out Vigilante Report, the first one they did. It's episode 1, and they do an interview with him and talk about his story and how he does this racing. It's incredible. I don't want to spoil it for you. Go check it out. The Vigilante Report on SoundCloud, the first episode. I actually listened to all of them, but if you want to know about Jonathan Osborne, check that one out for sure.
And he's coming down the pit road and get that thing fixed up. Track temps are coming down, y'all. The temperature on the track is 98, so coming down a little bit.
But later in the evening, it's coming up on 5:30 Indianapolis time. Sun's going down.
Yeah, another beautiful fall day, and I know people don't like change all that much and whatnot, but man, Indy would be a hoot to run at night, don't you think?
Oh yeah.
I don't know, man.
I think so. I'm with you, Brown. I don't. Screw. I like the change. I don't like too much change with the silly things that go on in NASCAR, but this is a traditional track. Hey, they put lights on Wrigley eventually, didn't they?
Yeah, eventually they had to
Why
cave.
not do it here? Well, that's a good idea. I like it.
And the man saying, I'm so focused on the race, I forgot to comment and cheer for my people. Yeah, we love it when you guys come on here and comment. And
Yeah. Don't we have a
get
fan of the race?
Yeah, that's right. We get to pick the fan of the race, so dazzle us with your comments. We enjoy reading them, and thank y'all for being here and supporting y'all's people.
Yeah, fan of the race. Every race, if you win it, you're in a lottery. What do they win at the end of the year for the lottery of all the fancy races?
Everybody gets their name basically put in a hat, and they draw for I think it's a $50 gift card. So it's not always about the quantity of comments and posts. It's a lot of quality also. So we love you guys being active, but it may not be the guy that posts the most. We'll let you guys know here towards the end of the race who it'll be.
As Timothy Pope and Jeremiah Burke coming down pit road right now. Same thing with Ricky Wittenberg, and I think we're also going to see Alex Forget-Berube do the same. Same thing with Mike Everidge by the looks of it. Brian Jablonski currently sitting here in 6th. He's I think he's probably going to try to work his way down as well, but all of this superfan stuff and all of what they do here in this league, this is all due to D&D Racing Graphics and Mr. Ricky Wittenberg. Without
Williams, yeah.
Without all them and all that, this stuff would be dang near impossible to run. And so, we always got to thank them for putting in that little bit of extra, and that little bit of extra goes a long way, and it definitely shows. So thank you guys.
Jess Vaught's league that he has here, he's got a lot of members like Josh Bittner and you mentioned Ricky. There's other people helping behind the scenes. I know Lori doing she's sitting in the official stand right now doing admin duties. So a lot of people are a part of this and help with the everyday running of this league, and I'm telling you, they're doing it right. It's a lot of fun to call. Josh Bittner just set the fastest lap of the race, 53:11.
Whoo, that is that's cooking a little bit there. As
Trying
to chase down that 728 of Mr. Pope, as he was able to hang on to that lead when he came out of pit road there. And man, good to see Josh Bittner throwing in some great laps here coming in late. I mean, we're past halfway, so these guys, ticking these things off.
Yeah, super clean racing. Alex Forget-Berube looks like his car is straightened out, and he's probably going to just start knocking them down. It's hard to pass, though, so he's going to have a difficult time. You know what's amazing? I don't think we've lost anybody to incident points. So that's kind of something cool.
Yeah, Justin Hutch saying he can't believe Ox is 2 laps down. Not anymore. He kind of pit cycled around. He looks like he's back on the lead lap. 63 still has a chance.
Yeah, I believe he's one of the guys that's been kind of doing that early pit strategy.
Yeah, he's got a cycle. Yeah.
So it's a little different of a cycle for him, but looks like we got everybody just about all lap back around, and we do got racing going on as these guys came out of the pits. These got here. What we've been watching is the 19 and the 55. These guys are trying to see who wants 5th position the most, and they are slowly catching up to the 6th of Trevor Robertson as well.
Yeah, that's a good battle right there.
Oh, as we're 3 wide, splitting.
Oh man, that always makes me nervous.
Splitting that lap car. I believe that was Zachary Self.
14, yeah. They got another slow lapper there. Oh man, they're dodging.
Boy.
Is that the 81? Can't tell who that is.
Well,
Man, great job staying out of each other there. Man, that was close.
that was Rob Green in the 91
Green?
car,
Okay.
the truck, yeah. But
91 looked like 81. Sorry.
that's pretty fun stuff that was going on there.
And, we kind of thought if this thing were to go green flag, these guys were going to have to start dealing with some of the slower kind of lap cars that are just trying to stay in this thing, and so far everyone's been doing a pretty good job of hanging on and not having anything too crazy go on.
Brett Vincent, thanks for the compliment, man. We have a blast doing it, and it's fun to watch for sure.
Yeah, they're starting to rip through these. Since we've had such a long green flag run, we have 20 cars on the lead lap, but they're kind of starting to make their way through them, as you say. So we'll see if a caution comes out. Those guys could get settled back in. But
watch a third place, Jeremiah Burt trying to get around a truck, and oh man. Almost had a wadded up mess back there, but I'll tell you what, they recruited some good guys for this league because they really can avoid each other when they need to. We talked about this. This track is so narrow. I thought we'd see some yellow flags by now, but man, they've been doing a great job so far. Yeah, I can't believe it either, Justin. It's been something.
It sounds like you're talking to yourself. What's going on out there on the interwebs?
I'm talking to the interweb peoples on the YouTubes.
Well, I'm glad they're talking with you because without, the fans watching, man, it wouldn't be as much fun. That's for sure.
Well, there wouldn't really be a point in doing this. I mean, except for the drivers want to go back and watch themselves. But I mean, it's the fans that really drive it, and we appreciate y'all. Russell saying lap traffic needs to do a little bit better job of getting out of the way. Yeah, well, like we say, it's narrow. It's
yeah.
It really is kind of hard to get around.
You're in charge of your front end. You don't worry about that's really the deal in racing. I don't care how bad that's. If he's not holding the line or he is, you're going to have to get around him. You're in charge of your front end.
As up here, kind of towards the front, we got Alex Forget-Berube. Now that his truck's fixed, man, he's hauling a head of steam and a half as he's caught back up to that 6 of Trevor Robertson. This is trying to take over 4th spot and maybe work his way up to a podium, as these guys are essentially one pit stop away from making it to the end here. And man, that pit stop is going to come kind of at an awkward time with not too many laps left.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be crazy.
And just FYI, I got a warning from iRacing talking about my my latency. So hopefully I can stay with you guys.
Well, you shouldn't have been talking about all that prophylactic thing deal.
They're trying to shut me down.
Yeah, you're probably banned. All right, well, if we lose you, it's going to be tough, but I think Brown and I might be able to make it.
Just vault side by side. 14th spot right here.
He's got
Zachary Self.
And Brian Jablonski's still right there as well. So we still got, fights, little bit of fighting action going on kind of up and down through the field as people try to work their way back up as looks like Alex still hasn't been able to get around that 6, but he's going to look to the inside right now, coming down into turn number 3. Looks like he will be able to get that one done and sneak his way up into 4th.
Yeah, Timothy Pope's coming up on this couple guys that are, lap traffic, but those two guys are fighting for 18-19, so, who wins here? I know Hot Rod Mayberry's out there trying to keep his lap.
So here a little radio traffic, talking about what Russell was talking about on Facebook about, hey, your lap car and you got the leader coming up on you, probably ought to let him around. Well,
you probably should, but it is his, it's his front end he's got to worry about. There, it looks like they're going to let him around here. And he's sandwiched between two lap cars, Jeffrey Green and Dave Hot Rod Mayberry.
Yeah, it looks like he was able to get on out of it just all right, and those two can go back to what they were doing, building bunk beds or something. As
Yes, they were actually. I saw it.
As Jeremiah Burke in the 753 has caught up to that back bumper of the 84, trying to make a pass here. This is for second place. Side by side they go down into turn number 3, and it looks like he will get that one done. And you know, not saying that 3 laps is all that difference, but there is a 3-lap difference between their tires, and we've been seeing Josh not necessarily pit like super early, but he's definitely one of the first ones to come down when it's kind of coming down to it.
I need to see the different strategies people are running here. Guys coming in lap 40, 37. I mean, three laps don't seem like a lot, but on green flag laps on tires, makes quite a bit of difference.
Yeah, and the longer you go, each lap gets exponentially worse. You know, so it is cool to see the different strategies and all that.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about the banking on this track pre-race, and I think you mentioned it during the when we were talking before the race. But 9 degrees, 9.2 degrees, that is not much banking. As you know, you go to these other tracks that's 30, 33 degrees. You know.
Yeah, I got 9.2 in my driveway. I mean,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's nothing really. I mean, if anybody's been to one of these tracks like Texas or any of these really high bank tracks, I don't know if Texas leveled it out, but when I went there, it was insane, you know. But yeah, 9.2 is nothing.
I mean, even short track like Bristol, you can't hardly walk up that thing. It's 36 degrees or something. That's like a flight of stairs.
Yeah, it's like when you put those guys in a motorcycle inside the ball of fire at the fair.
The centrifugal force.
Right, that's how Bristol is. That's
The
how I
iron
picture it.
cage, yeah.
Yeah.
Guys on dirt bikes.
Man, oh man, Mike Everidge, he's really tired of staring at that back bumper at Kelly Keel. As man, they couldn't slide a piece of paper between them for a little bit, and just trying to time a run to maybe get around or pressure Kelly into making a mistake. And I mean, this is a solid battle going on here for 8th.
Yeah, it is, and you only get 13 incident points, so they're not even letting us fight here. Where's the fireworks? You should be able to punt the guy when you want to, you know? And I guess he's not going to be able to. That's probably better. Oh, he made a mistake, didn't he?
Yeah, there's that mistake he was trying to pressure him into, and he will now get that pass done as Kelly just drifting out a little bit too wide and snagging that outside wall a little bit. Able to, you know, save it from anything too crazy, but just enough to slow him down a little bit, and nice and easy pass to be made there.
Yeah, good call on watching that little battle.
Yeah.
But it happened exactly like you said. Kelly just, driving with that rearview mirror, made a little bit of mistake, and then he passed him up right there. So, really good insider racing. The race inside the race.
Yeah, that's right.
So, talk to someone we haven't talked about too much today here, Dion Jones, in that Ford truck, currently sitting here in 20th. Not having a terrible run, you know, sneaking his way into that top 20. And, you know, honestly, if you make it into the top 15, you had a great day in this league just due to the quality of the drivers and whatnot. So being in the top 20s ain't nothing to shy away about.
And here's the way I look at it too: is that if you could stay on the lead lap on a you know race that's gone green this long, that's in and of itself an accomplishment.
Yeah, and Deion Jones, I know he's had a couple bad weeks that we've seen previously, but he's having a solid run. His car clean.
He is a solid driver. He really is.
Yeah, just bad luck sometimes. I like it. It's the chrome colored Ford Goodrich car, so let's push him up to a top 15.
Looks like Kelly Kuehl is going to come down pit road, and that's probably going to be for his final time. Same thing with Jess Vaught coming down. That's really early. These guys still got 21 laps to go, so these guys are going to really feel it as this thing kind of comes down to the end.
Well, and the strategy goes out the window if we get a yellow. I mean, hopefully
Yeah, we haven't.
Yeah.
No.
But there's always the what if,
No, and I'll guarantee you it probably will happen, but it's weird how we all put on our prediction, and if you're sitting inside that seat, you're thinking pre-planning, pre-gaming, what if this happened, what if this happens, and to go this long without having caution, it's kind of wild.
Yeah, Russell says on Facebook, he said that he'd love to see a caution come out, just a bunch of backup for the finish, and that could be fun to watch.
Yeah, it would be really be fun, and I think if we had that happen, we'd see another caution. You know what I mean? Because they'd be all fighting it out.
Russell also saying 20 to go, stand on it. Talking about his man Albert out there.
Stand on it, Stroker. Stroker Ace was born to race.
That's Albert coming down pit road, and you got Timothy Pope still up at that front, up 7 seconds now over Jeremiah Burke. And once when Timothy Pope was able to kind of get out there and into the lead and kind of extend it, man, I don't know if he's been pushing it or if he's just been kind of in cruise control and just sometimes in that cruise control, that's when you run some of your best laps.
Yeah, I think the consensus on YouTube is that it might go green the rest of the race. Chan the man also saying it might happen that somebody speeds down pit road. Justin Hutchinson's predicted somebody may speed on pit road, and man, that would just kill you because you got to serve that under green if you don't get a caution.
Yeah, well, they hadn't done it yet, so. Zachary Self's coming on down the pit road this time. Just mentioned that on the radio. Dude, these guys are really, really good at this. And somebody's going to win some money tonight.
Yeah, a few people are going to win money. Guaranteed to at least get 3 different people to win money. And if the fastest lap ain't one of the podium finishers, then we'll have 4 people. Appreciate our sponsors, D&D Racing Graphics and Keller Williams Realty of Eastern Tennessee, Johnson City. They put up the purses for these races, and also these guys also pay entry fee for the season. So it's a really great program they have set up, and yeah, it always means a little bit more to you if you're gonna get some money coming your way. That means you're semi-pro, right? Or you're professional.
Well, you got to claim it on your taxes, especially if you're in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're in Canada, you really got to.
Ask Alex or Angelica about that, because.
Well, they probably won't answer. We'll just turn them into the authority. We'll turn them into the Mounties.
No.
Oh no, never mind. Sorry, wouldn't do that.
That's Alex does find his way back up into third. He was running down Josh Bittner a little bit there at the end, but Josh coming down pit road anyway. So Alex, with that kind of new truck there, he's got a little bit of space. Oh, as he gets into that outside wall again.
Oh, Lord. It is getting crazy. The Mountie. They're going to send you the Mounties after
Have you
that.
seen? They may. If you win $5 in Canada, you're going to owe the Canadian government $4.50. Okay, that's just what I've heard. I can't confirm or any of that.
Got another taker on pit road here. Several more. Looks like the rest of your leaders are coming in.
And
Tim Pope's still out there.
He's still out there, but he's also been kind of setting the pace here, and
Well, he
no one's
pitted-
had really an answer for that either. But yes, he also pitted on lap 40. So
That's right. He's got 3 laps on these guys already. Advantage as he comes in now. Sorry, Brown, I stepped on you over there.
it's all right. That's he does make his way down. So we're just gonna have to see how much time Jeremiah Burke can make up as he's coming out of the pits right now. You don't go a complete lap down here if you do come down pits, even though this is kind of a longer pit road and a longer pit exit as well. You don't lose too much time. However, looked like Jeremiah Burke had an excellent pit stop. He's going to be coming out of 4 by the time Timothy Pope's going to be leaving.
Trevor Robertson also with a really fast stop, a 12.63. I think maybe he may have backed off the amount of fuel or something he got dumped in there.
Yeah,
That's
I
not
think
a
so.
2-tire stop, but I think
No,
he decreased his fuel there.
You're exactly right. Good observations. Look at the big brains on Allen. Yes, he dialed it back on the actual fuel sent in, but he did get 4 tires. So, man,
Check out that lap
Strategy.
Josh Bittner just put down, 52.98. You're getting faster and faster. I think the track temps are cooling down, aren't they, Adam?
yeah, they're cooling down, and so that's coming into play. It's 94 degrees on the track, so quite a bit. 15 degrees less than it was when we started. So you're going to start seeing some super fast times.
Justin Hutchinson saying, who's going to be your sleeper? Who's the dark horse guy that might sneak in there and steal one?
Ricky Wittenberg.
You think Ricky?
No. Well, he's the boss man here, so I just thought I'd mention him.
Oh, he's
And
one of them.
Keller Williams of Johnson City, Tennessee. I just like saying Johnson City. It sounds like a country song to me.
It's in a country song.
As Alex Forget Berube now running the fastest lap at a 52.8.
Wow, man, they're really
Yeah.
moving now. Alex
we're
might
gonna-
be one of your spoiler guys candidates too.
Yeah, I would never consider him a spoiler. I thought he would have been a favorite to begin with, you know?
You see how many laps he ran with aero damage though, and he hung in there, and he's at least looking at a top 5 here. Pretty amazing. Josh Bittner, don't count him out either, because he's up there. He's up there performing tonight for sure.
Yeah, he's slowly trying to inch his way up to that bumper of Jeremiah Burke. Gap is about a half a second. As got a little bit of a battle going on back here for 12th. You got Zachary Self trying to come up the inside of the 33 of Jess Vaught. He looks like he will be able to get that one done.
Good clean passing.
Wow, Zachary Self's really overcoming quite a bit, you know, being on double secret probation. 13th place, that's not
Doing
bad
great.
for where he started, yeah. Yahtzee time.
Ashley Osborne saying, go check out Jonathan. Go check out. She has pictures of his setup. Ashley, if you want to share those to the M.TV or even the Vigilante Racing page, I'm sure a lot of people like to see that. That's really amazing, an amazing story. She said her bro is talented. That's for sure. Some people think that Pope's gone. He's checked out unless we got a yellow.
Gap is about 6 2/3 second right now, and it's kind of stabilized right around there. So, you know, he might also be right now just kind of watching what that gap is and like putting little marks like, hey, I'll back it off, make sure I save something for the end just in case. But you know, once when they get within 4 or 5 seconds, I'll pick this pace back up or something like that.
Yeah, he's half a second slower than the 19 of Forget Berube, so I think he is watching that gap, and just trying to manage it. Yeah, he's been really consistent all night. He does have a good fast lap, 52.88. That's not far off of what what we've seen so far. Hang on a second. That might be our fastest lap. I might have
Nope.
just missed the.
Forge Berube is 8.6, so he's Forge Berube is
okay.
beating him out by about 2/100ths of a second right now.
Oh, wow. Very close. Very fast.
But yeah, you're right. That time is ticking away, so we'll have to watch out for that. I've got that sneaky suspicion that he is just kind of conserving a little bit of extra just in case. And I mean, right now at the front, the worst thing you could possibly do is try to keep pushing and extending it, and next thing you know, you're in the wall and having to pit, or that would essentially be the rest of your day, as Zachary Self is catching up to Josh Oxendine right now. This is to try to take over 11th. So, man, Zach having a great run.
Yeah, he's ripping them off.
Trying to figure out where I saw that shade a second ago. Guess it's round. Yeah, it's going into turn 1. There's a shaded section of track blocked by the grandstands that you can go into turn 1. You can come almost all the way to the end of turn 1 in the shade there, at least until the middle of the corner. That's going to help them guys get that thing back down in that heavy braking zone and get that car to turn. A little cooler track tent right there. iRacing does a great job of modeling all that with the.
It's a simulation. It's not a game.
That's right.
Tell that to your loved one or whoever's kind of riding your tail, maybe.
Albert Anderson worried about his son. He's like, "What's going on, son? What you doing?" Then he kind of made a little recovery. Said, "Hey, that's more like it." Daddy's watching today.
As looked like Kelly Keel had a little bit of an issue there. Let's go and check out what happened. Oh my lord, he went. Oh no! I believe that was turn 1, just going in a little too deep and catching that outside wall, sending him hard down into the inside wall, and somehow he was able to drive it back around into the pits. That might have actually been turn number 3 and 4 that he had that little bit of an incident there. And man, from having a great day to some unfortunate circumstances there for Mr. Kelly Keel.
Yeah, Russell on Facebook saying 728 car has set a blistering pace tonight. Well done. So definitely kudos for the 728 of Timothy Pope for running such a quick race out there today.
As Alex Forge Berube trying to inch his way back and try to get some time back on these guys. He's caught up to that bumper of Josh Bittner. He's even going to try to make the pass right now. This is for third. They're going to be side by side as they come across the line here. And Alex, once when he got that car fixed, man, he's been he's put that thing in turbo mode.
Justin Hutchinson on YouTube saying, props to my boy Zach Silver. Looking for a top 10 here, maybe. And then Chan the man, oh man, that hurts. He said Kelly ran out of talent there. Woo! That's some strong words, Chan.
Ooh, that's fighting words.
Kelly Kill.
Is somebody gonna fight? That seems amazing.
Maybe a fight of words.
Yeah, who's fighting here is Michael Everidge, and he's just steady. Kentucky Wildcats machine. Good job for him. P7 right now.
Richard G is back on YouTube. Thanks, Richard. We appreciate you watching. Thanks for the compliment, bud.
As we're slowly losing a little bit of laps here. We got 6 laps to go. Timothy Pope's lead down to 4.8. But still nothing to worry about too crazily. But, nope. And, of course, just as I say that it now jumps up above 5 seconds now. So I think he hit his limit and putting the pedal back to the metal and working his way up as Ricky Wittenberg has caught up to the back bumper of the 6 of Trevor Robertson, trying to work his way up into a top 5 spot here.
Jeremiah Burt, what a race he's having. Up 6 spots. trying to chase this leader down. I'm not sure he has enough time to do it, as they're coming to 5 to go when they hit the stripe, I believe.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about this? This exceeded my expectations as far as how safe these guys been driving.
Oh man, it's, I think everyone was fearing that 13 incident limit thing. Well, not only that, but I mean, this, as we mentioned before, this track deserves a heck of a lot of respect. It's definitely not the easiest thing to drive. You're gonna have to pay attention for all 75 laps if you want to have a good race, and for the most part, these guys have done a good job about that.
One of the guys commenting on YouTube, I think it was Justin, said he had to look it up on the internet what the bankings were in each corner, because you drive each one different. So you think, well, maybe this one has a little more banking, a little less banking. It doesn't. They're all the same. But I don't know what it is about this track. You drive every corner different.
Yeah, that's why it's so confusing. But
Yeah.
they're not going to be confused next week going to Texas.
All right.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun one. It's kind of like Charlotte. The tri-oval is a little nutty.
Well, and since they rebanked it, you drive 1 and 2 different than 3 and 4, and
Right.
I think they
It
made
does
it
that.
more interesting. But
Yeah,
a lot of
definitely.
people-
Jimmy Johnson rule. That's what they put in there.
Not everybody agrees with that, but
So we now have 4 laps to go here. Timothy Pope almost leading this thing the entire way. He's I think he lost the lead for a couple laps there at the beginning, but once when he was able to get that back, he's been nothing but in the pilot seat, as he's now put his lead back up to 7 seconds. So we're not going to say it, because then it would be the commentator curse, as he's starting to catch on up here to some lap traffic. Looks like the lap traffic will kind of move out of his way and give him his preferred line coming down into the corner here. And but man, we've seen some great racing all over the place. I mean,
yeah.
we've also got like Josh Oxendine and Jess Vaught currently here for 12th and 13th. I mean, these guys have been all around each other just about all day. Albert Anderson, he's had a pretty solid day up there in 11th. Austin Paul, he's now sitting currently there in 9th. So, really no big losers here today, because everyone's done such a great job.
No, Jack Dixon had that problem early, and then the 81 of Osborne got in a little bit of trouble. But I mean, that's pretty much it. Everybody else is either pretty close to where they started, or they're up a few spots. So, and the 027 to Timmerman, she's had some trouble tonight too. Currently sitting 8 laps down. Get some damage fixed in the pit. Her night is probably over, I believe.
Yeah, we mentioned that. Is it because how narrow this is and how hard it is to pass, you think? Or is it just, product of the racing here, not trying to pass that 13 incident limit?
Oh man, I think it's just a whole mix, as Timothy Pope comes across the line to take the white flag. So one more lap separates these drivers, and the end of this thing. And talk about a heck of a run. Nothing but cruise control for Mr. Pope. Jeremiah Burke still sitting there in second. Alex Forget-Berube in third. And unless something crazy happens, that's pretty much where we're going to be finishing up. But sitting right there in the draft, he's going to kind of follow that lap car around just to not really push his luck or anything through turn number 3, and coming down into turn number 4. One final time coming down this front straightaway. We're going to have a new person kissing the bricks and drinking the milk. It's going to be Timothy Pope coming across that brick line, picking up his second win of the season. So he's going to be launching himself up here in the championship points, as well as Jeremiah Burke having a solid race, finishing in second. Alex Berube third. Josh Bittner's going to come across the line here in 4th with Trevor Robertson 5th, Ricky Wittenberg in 6th, and looks like Eric Klafka and Mike Everidge are going to be 7th and 8th, as we got a little bit of a fight still going on back here between Jess Vaught and Josh Oxendine. Looks like Jess made a move coming into the final turn. This is still a race going on for 12th.
Position. Yeah. I love them fighting right here, all the way to the line, man. Fight as hard as you can.
Jess Vaught able to just get around Josh Oxendine and take that position away to come across the line here. And, man, heck of a race from everybody.
Absolutely. Amazing job.
Yeah, I bet all these guys and gals wish they had the astronaut special, man. That's a long run. Congrats to Vigilante Racing League D&D Race Graphics for putting on a heck of a show tonight. Look at that.
Look at that. We got a couple pink trucks. Got a Canadian up there representing. So solid race from everybody here, especially these guys in that top 3. And I believe that fastest lap time is going to go to Mr. Alex Forget Berube, running 0.02 of a second faster than our race winner here.
That's not really fair. He's already in the money. I'm pretty sure he won a money race and all that earlier, so he's
And
just cashing checks.
And congrats to Russell D. Endicott. You are our super fan of the race, so you'll be entered in to a drawing that'll happen at the end of the season. So stay tuned for that. We already shot the admins, your name and everything, so we got record of you, bud. So thanks for coming out and supporting your driver tonight. All you guys on YouTube and Facebook, thank you so much. Justin Hutchinson, always here. Chan the man. Jack Dixon's here tonight.
Richard G. I mean, these guys are
Brett
always here.
Benson. Oh, yeah. Thanks so much for watching, fellas. And Albert Anderson's pop, too. Thank you so much.
So how about we get these interviews started? We're going to start with our 3rd place finisher here. That's going to be Mr. Alex Forget Berube, having a solid night here, especially a great comeback after getting a little bit of damage there, having a little issue coming out of pit road that one of those times, able to come back a little bit from adversity. Heck of a run, man, to finish in 3rd, as well as running the fastest lap of the race. So always got to give you a big old congratulations.
Well, thank you very much. Indeed, the damage kind of screwed me up. I was lacking speed at the end of the at the end of the straightaways, so everybody was able to catch me up. But then when it was repaired, I was just a rocket I was before, and I got back to 3rd, and that's a pretty good result. I'm pretty proud of what I've accomplished today. And yeah.
Yeah, great run, especially when you had that aero damage. We watched you struggle. We watched a few guys go around you, but you stuck with it, and you ran that entire fuel and tire run with that damage. And you lost a few spots, but it wasn't the end of the world. It's not like we saw you get lapped or anything. So, man, what an effort. It's always fun watching you run. You had a couple guys pulling for you on YouTube. You know, you got a couple fans out there that were pulling for you. So, congratulations on P3 tonight.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, and is that a good luck truck, that paint scheme, the Montreal Canadiens? Pretty sure you won something with that before, and we talked about it. So you might want to stick with that paint scheme. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna use it for like 2-3 next week, at least.
Don't switch it to a Boston Bruins.
The Boston
switch.
Bruins. And, I mean, I wouldn't
switch.
do that, but yeah, congratulations, P3.
Thank you.
I'm gonna kick both y'all.
We told him don't change it. We told him don't.
Yeah. Well, we'll move up the leaderboard here. Talk to our second place finisher. That's Mr. Jeremiah Burke having a great run here to finish in second, bringing that pink truck 753 home up 6 positions, man. Congratulations on having a great race here today.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, anytime I can take a nice, quiet second place, I gave it everything I could to try to beat Tim, but man, he was lights out tonight. Unfortunately, Alex had that issue. I think I may have been able to race with him heads up, but it was great for him to come back. Man, that was a fun race. I'm glad it was uneventful, really, and nice, solid second place. We'll build on that.
Yeah, we talked about you a little bit. We're kind of trying to pick maybe a dark horse type of guy, a surprise guy towards the end, and I was kind of leaning towards a couple of you cats that were really good at racing safe and moving up and making passes. Talk about how hard it is to pass here. This is not like a super speedway where you got all the room in the world. It's really difficult to pass here, isn't it?
Oh yeah, no, it's incredibly difficult. If you miss that line just by a little bit, you're going right up to the wall, and there's no amount of brake or getting out of the throttle that can save it. So it takes a lot of concentration, making the right move, and know when to not make a move too. Just lift and let somebody ride in front of you for a while. And that's just all it took. Patience. That's all I've been preaching to myself is patience, patience, patience.
Well, it paid off. I mean, Timothy Pope he looked like he was driving a stolen car or something tonight. He kind of just drove away, got that open air. There was no cautions or anything. But you battled there, second. P2, that's something to be proud of for sure. And, that's something to put in the back pocket as this season goes along. It's going to help you in the standings.
Golden money, too.
Oh yeah, I mean it pays. I'm in the money. I'll take the points, and we'll move on. It is incredible. I've been racing Tim for a long time, and it is incredibly hard to beat him on tracks where you got to save tires like that. I am not that good in the trucks. I'm not that good at saving tires in the trucks, and he's lights out. I'm learning every week. I'm getting better. So we'll just see how the rest of the year goes.
Well, alrighty, man. We wish you nothing but the best of luck, and look forward to seeing what you can kind of pull out of the hat for next week.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Enjoy the broadcast, and have a great day.
Now we'll move on up to our race winner. Could be said maybe the man of few words, and that's going to be Mr. Timothy Pope picking up the win here today. And Mr. Pope, I got to say, you kind of looked like you had that thing on cruise control once when you got back up into the lead after that first couple laps there at the start.
Yeah, I just found a groove and kept on going.
I appreciate you guys running we saw a few trucks running some pink paints, supporting Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which is October, and you didn't have to really worry about too much passing. We talk about how difficult passing here is, but you spent so much time up there in that clean air. What was kind of your key? How did you keep your concentration when you're not following somebody the whole time? What kind of mindset do you have to make those corners just about perfect every time?
It's basically just a rhythm thing. Once you find a rhythm, if you can stay in that rhythm and hit your marks, you're good to go.
Well, yeah, stayed in the rhythm you did. I mean, you drove it like you stole it. Congratulations. First place, and yeah, it's going to put you up in the points. You're in the money, and, great job.
Thank you.
He's got some folding money to put in his back pocket for sure. But where are they going next week? Somebody already mentioned
Texas. We're going to
Texas.
Going to Texas next week.
Tim, have you run much on Texas?
Oh, I moved him.
Well, he's done.
Okay.
But listen here, I love it. That's my home track, and I can't wait for it next week, guys.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
That it is, as this race kind of comes on down to a close. We can all take a deep breath. 'Cause, we didn't have any breaks there in the action. One thing we were looking at maybe starting doing this week was if we had some yellows for some of those people that were kind of involved in some of these cautions, maybe get them up here and talk to them and get their thoughts on it and whatnot. But when everything stays green and everyone's still running, it's kind of tough to do that. So who knows? We'll just have to wait and see what Texas is gonna bring out. But let's run through your finishing order of the day with Mr. Timothy Pope driving around there with nobody in sight, picking up the win. And a whole bunch of points here with Jeremiah Burke having a solid night, up 6 to finish in second. Alex Forget Berube coming back from a little adversity late early on in the race and able to sneak his way up into a podium third place finish. Then you got Josh Bittner having a solid race to finish in fourth. Trevor Robertson had a great race to finish here fifth, with Ricky Wittenberg as well finishing in sixth. Eric Klafka was able to walk away with a 7th place finish, with Mike Everidge here in 8th. Zachary Self, another one kind of fighting back from a little bit of craziness there, able to come away with a 9th. And Austin Paul, another great night for him. He's walking away here 10th.
Albert Anderson at 12. Quite the fan club tonight online. Managed 11th, looking for a little more, but he was hanging around top 10 all day, especially working his way up from earlier. Jess Vault, solid finish right there, middle of the pack in 12th. 63 of Josh Oxendine in 13th. The 17, Brian Jablonski, 14th place. The first car one lap down, Dave Hot Rod Mabry in 15th. Deion Jones in the 4 truck in 16th. Tyler Green in the 5, 17th place. John Herzik in the 14, one lap down also, 18th place. The Cobra, Simon Regis in the 020, 19th spot. Rounding out your top 20, Jeff Snyder in the 999.
Yeah, 15 of Jeffrey Green, 21st. 91 of Rob Green, a lot of greens here, 22nd. 07 of Jack Dixon, 23rd. Kelly Keel, yeah, man, he had a good run. He just kind of got into some stuff there, 24th. Same with the 81 of Jonathan Osborne. Great driver, just had some problems there. 25th, Angelica Timmerman, 027. Cool paint scheme, back to blue. Gotta love her out there. 26th, Tim Rivers, Georgia Bulldogs, 27th. Bradley Wright, 28th. And I think that's going to be everybody that completed a lap around here.
And I believe Zach Wheeler as well. Zach Wheeler tried to run just
yeah, he might have had an issue there.
Yeah,
29th,
but 29 car field, and we go 75 laps caution free here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And holy smokes, it doesn't get much better than that, folks. I gotta be honest, and that's just something you can kind of look forward to kind of this rest of the season. And as Texas approaches, we're all excited, and week in, week out, we can't wait for Wednesday nights and for this amazing racing action to come at you live. But always got to give a big shout out to D&D Race Graphics, as well as the Keller Williams of Eastern Tennessee, helping this league out. Definitely go check them out for car paints. And as Alan English says all the time, you never want to be trying to go out there and buy a house on your own. It's a tough gig to do it on your own. So go seek some help, and they're definitely willing to help you out there. And you know what? That's gonna do it for us here tonight. We thank you all for watching and tuning in, and appreciate all the comments. And for Alan English and Adam Turner, I'm Alan Brown. We're signing off
From the Brickyard, we gone.
see ya.